Yeah, you do. Okay, 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 46. We have a math coprocessor for only an extra $35. I'm Brian Kilby. With me this week, I have Diecast, Don, Matt, Rob, and Chris. How's it going, guys?
Not bad.
Hot.
Don, you're hot.
Yeah, it was about 90 today up here, so yeah.
Holy crap! I was in my crawl space all day because I had no water.
How was it in there?
Ooh.
So, I don't know if I'd mentioned this. It had been crazy hot in my basement for about the past month, and I didn't understand why. It was humid. Like, I was exhausted. I was just sweating profusely whenever I'd go down there. We got a $500 power bill yesterday. Turns out,
oh my God.
Yeah, it turns out that my water heater, which is in the crawl space, was just spewing water everywhere. So it was basically creating a sauna and costing me money, which was great. So, but we got it fixed. Yeah, it sucked so bad.
Well, Brian, I guess you still got to pay the bill, right? You can't.
Yeah, I've got to pay the bill.
I mean, they won't give you some extra time because of the issue or anything.
I'll put it on my PayPal deferred credit for 6 months, and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
See, Don,
So, Don, normally we want to go through and say hey to everybody, but your audio is screwing up. So let's get your stuff out of the way, Don. So what did you get this week?
Okay, I actually got a couple things.
Don, let's show this on video. So if you're not watching video, you're just SOL.
Got Battle Robo.
Nice.
From the Action Robo line. I decided to get him.
Do you like it?
I like him. I'll get Leader 1 and probably the rest as time goes by. But there's something also with Wave 2 that I might would want as well.
Being like Masterpiece-ish style, I wish they were bigger, but I will live with them as they are.
Yeah. I still want a third party to do like clip-on GoBot energy hand blasts.
That would be awesome.
Things like that. I mentioned this last week during the show, but I put a bid on Make Toys Wrestle. And I won him on eBay. I just opened him up to show him off. So
That's huge. That's bigger than I thought.
Wait,
yeah, so,
he's big and he actually doesn't wrestle, so we can just call that figure JT Hogg, right?
Oh, that was clever, actually.
Yeah. So I've decided to make the Make Toys Hellfire and Wrestle my current MP shelf Inferno and Grapple due to the price that I got them both at and the expense of the Takara version, but I hope to pick up the Takara version at some later date, at least one of the two. And I got a few things. I got Combiner Wars Groove, of course. Picked up thanks to Rob Springer, my very first The Core figure for $1.50 on clearance, because this guy right here is going to be piloting this guy right here.
Ah, yes.
And this is actually it's a transforming tank, but it's not. It's another company's product. There's several reviews. This is called the Stronghold. Evangelist and several other people have reviews up on YouTube, and it does have a actual tank mode with opening the fronts here open to reveal. Now they don't launch, but you do have missiles in what become the arms. You have a quad gun on the tank, which is why it's called Quad Eyes. You have an opening compartment here for the figure with a cheesecake poster built into the back side there. And if you can make out through the webcam, which you probably can't, there's a lot of texturing and weathering, which normally isn't a real big thing for me on military vehicles because I don't do that much with them unless they're Transformers. But this is just a beautiful, weathered. It's going to go on my shelf with my other oddball things like Soul Chigokin, my big guy and Rusty. Things that don't really have a home with anything else. But I got this.
Chronos doesn't have a home with anything else.
Yeah, it's called the trash can. It's called the trash can.
So I got this, and then I also got Combiner Wars Computron. I'm not opened yet, but
so why did you opt for Combiner Wars over Unite Warriors?
I'm sorry, I got Unite Warriors Computron.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm waiting for.
So why did you opt for Unite Warriors over Combiner Wars?
He looks a little more Computronish in the way that I want him.
Datum. That is incorrect.
But I am going to get the Combiner Wars version because one, I do want Scrounge, and I do like some of the coloring aesthetics that make him a little more toy accurate.
Don, I'll sell you my Scrounge for $70.
It's a shame stores don't carry. I'm sorry you went insane cards because you could use one at this point, but
I bet if you looked around, you could find one.
I wonder how much people are selling that for on eBay. I bet it's like $40.
Yeah, but so that's. But I do plan. Of course, I am watching various retailers to see if maybe a price drop on Computron will come before too long.
$40. I called it.
Yeah. So, or if I can get some good sales and some dynamics will kick in, I might pick him up. It just depends on what I see. But that's what I got.
Cool.
Awesome, Donnie. Nothing else, Don?
Oh, I picked up a hound for $10 at TJ Maxx.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's the
At
roll.
least it wasn't Wheeljack.
Yeah. Oh no, I passed on him because that was like very sad.
And Don, you may now turn your video off.
Oh goody.
But no, I really like that big mech from the Acid Rain line. I've looked at those for years, and
Yeah, I'd actually forgotten it even existed until I saw the sale, and I thought $60 off. Yes, I'll click yes.
Before we jump to Diecast, did anybody else get anything?
I got lots of stuff.
Matt,
So
is Despotron in there?
No.
Okay, good. So we're going to let you go next.
Yeah. I don't have everything with me because I'm between houses. I do have a couple things to show off. But I got the Titans Return Wave 2, the Legends and the Deluxes.
Mm-hmm.
And I got, the Transformers 30th Anniversary Blu-ray.
At tfradio.net/TFTM, lowercase.
That is actually where I got it. Yes.
Awesome.
So, and I got Takara Legend Scourge.
Jealous. So jealous.
He does look so good. It's
I'm not sure about the coloring on the head because they colored his arms different, and that just makes it look like something's wrong with it. Like
Yeah,
it
the
makes
cool thing
it
is you can
stand
change the
out
head.
that it's a headmaster.
He's got headphones on. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, what
and
if
it also really makes it stand out how narrow his face sculpt is compared to the rest of the head, and it's. I like him though.
if you switch. What does it look like if you switch the Titan Wars head with that head?
The color is completely wrong.
Oh, it is? Okay, I hadn't looked
Like
that
way wrong.
Oh, it's way off. Okay.
Yeah. And I got Masterpiece Delta Magnus.
Oh,
He's pretty, but I just
He is a thing of beauty. He is gorgeous.
need it.
And
Crap.
I love him.
when I
But as much as I love him, I also got Unite Warriors Computron, and when I die, I'm having that ashes mixed with mine. So,
well, now, which one do you
it is
like
the
better?
greatest thing.
Which do you like better, Diaclone Magnus or regular Magnus?
Oh, I think I like Diaclone Magnus for his novelty, because I've had regular Ultra Magnus toys since I was a child, but this is my first Diaclone, and I love these colors.
And the cool thing is you can put him on your movie shelf because technically he is in the movie.
The yellow eyes are the one thing that I'm not quite keen on, but I don't want to change it out for the blue ones.
I need to go ahead and just buy it. Dang.
No, you have a die stack. You don't need the Masterpiece.
No, I do.
I still say Stack is not a bad toy. It's the Masterpiece turned out a lot better than I thought it would. But I still think Stack is a fairly decent toy.
I've already referenced Kronos once this episode. I need to not.
And I got new front wheel bearings on my car, and that was really, really, really expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got my copy of Transformers the movie. I got Highbrow, and
One of those things is good.
I know which one.
I don't have as strong negative feelings about highbrows everybody else seems.
And I got it's Wolfwire, right? Not Weird Wolf.
Yeah.
I found those. So I found out that there's another Walgreens in town that I didn't know about. So that actually had. And the one in my old hometown, I was visiting. They had Chrome Dome, but I just decided to skip. I'm just gonna. I'll get it, but I'm just not. I wasn't going to drive to Walgreens to pay Walgreens prices for a Chrome Dome.
No.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Brainstorm would have showed up, but again, I've been checking and there's been no signs.
It'll show up eventually. Just
Yeah,
patience.
it's looking like that initial November release date is looking more and more likely.
Yeah.
Of
Who
course,
else?
I already have one, so.
So Brandon in the chat said, dear RFC, will we see an RFC minicast for Unite Warriors Computron now that enough RFC members have it? That would be
I'm in.
awesome.
I'm up for that.
But
Yeah.
I am.
John
Yep.
John is
On assignment.
yeah, he's doing a business trip.
Mission
this
in
week.
Moscow.
Yeah. So hey, when John comes back, I'm signing him up for that. I've signed him up for a minicast before, and
We have
He
just
loves it.
volunteered John for a minicast.
he loves
Yes.
it when I do this.
Yep.
I volunteered him for that one for Earth Wars. And okay.
No, but this is good.
Okay, Chris, did you get anything?
Not this week.
Okay, Rob.
Nope.
Diecast. Tell us what you got. I'm going to complain about something when you get to it.
I got Generation Toy Long Haul.
That's the one that fits into the Combiner Wars toy Devastator. Is that
That's the Gravity Builders one, right?
This is
Yeah, that's
yeah,
Gravity Builder.
Gravity Builder. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's
You had to think about that a little too long, Diecast.
you can tell like his joints are so tight. He's probably going to hold up very nicely in combined mode. And the other one's actually not to pull Don, but the other one's actually shipping, so that should be here relatively soon. And I can actually finally combine it after a year and a half.
Now, sometimes when those joints like that are that tight, it's great, for, holding up the weight of the combined mode, but also there's been cases where those super tight ratchet joints end up breaking themselves or surrounding parts of the toy because of the stress on them. Do you think there's going to be a risk of that?
There could be.
yeah.
It's tight.
Well, now, I was watching a review today, looking at Despotron versus Hegemon.
Was it
versus
Diecast
Polygon.
review?
No, well, actually, it wasn't, because it was a comparison video with all three of the Megatrons at once.
So Diecast hasn't gotten to talk about it yet. So why are we talking about it now? Hey Diecast, why don't you tell us about Despotron?
Yeah.
I got
Well,
Despotron, and
well,
I like him.
It's
I
okay,
think
Don.
he's absolutely great. There was some issues going around the forums where his legs were sagging back into the upper part of his leg was sagging back into the bottom part, and there's a couple pins, so I did a fix video for it also. So there's 2 videos out there for Despotron, and I like him ever since I originally saw him at TFCon in Toronto. He's really nice, and he's actually a fun Megatron to transform, which I could not say about any of the previous Megatrons in a Masterpiece scale.
Like the day I paid for that thing, that stupid possible Takara version showed up on the internet the next day.
That's in the news, though, Brian.
That I know, but that pissed me off so much.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you think of this way,
I
Brian?
laughed a little bit, just so you know.
well, Brian,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Don. You can tell your story now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just didn't want
no,
to
he
kill.
can't. No, he
well-
can't. I got Transformers the movie on Blu-ray, which I watched last night. And
What'd you think? Have you watched it before?
I never saw it before, but I kind of liked it.
Wait, you're joking though, right?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
joking.
Okay, couldn't tell. That was a good job. So,
And then
oh yeah, you still got stuff.
the Combiner Wars Voyager Wave 2, Astro Train, and
I think I'm getting those tomorrow.
Alpha Trion. And I also got... Where'd Shockwave go?
Soundwave.
Soundwave. Got Soundwave, leader class. He's very light. I was very surprised.
Well, it's not
He's like-
Cybertron anymore, so...
He went on a diet.
Go ahead, Don. Sorry.
Oh no, what I was going to say was
Not done.
Oh my God.
I also got finally Combiner Wars Computron.
Unite Warriors.
Unite Warriors.
Night Warriors.
It combines. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
And
Actually, it's not the same thing. It has 3 different molds.
Yes.
I also
And a lot more new parts, too.
little Mitron.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that's bigger than I would have thought.
Okay.
So he's nice. You have to be careful with his feet. I almost twisted off his ankle trying to turn the feet to transform it, but
Okay, are you done?
leave it in gun mode. There's probably another color. There's some other stuff.
Okay, done now, please. I'm sorry.
it's okay. No, what I say. No, what I was saying was the video I watched for Despotron, the person had Gravity Builder assembled and showed it off next to Despotron. And Gravity Builder, if anyone's been thinking about, there's no way this thing can be as big as it looks, it really is scaled to work with that Despotron. I mean, it really looks like there is an actual scale going on with the way their Devastator and that Despotron pair off.
So can he hold the gun? Is that what you're saying?
No. I mean, as far as robot mode to Devastator's combined mode, it's the scale. I mean, as big as Despotron is, Gravity Builder is so much bigger. It's actually scaled like from Starscream's Brigade when Megatron's standing beside Devastator to fight Bruticus. That sense of scale is kind of there in the toys.
Isn't like so scale changed all the time, of course, so scale doesn't matter. But Starscream's Brigade, I'm vaguely remembering him being like tiny compared to Devastator.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is their Gravity Builder is so tall, you do get that sense of proper scale with that Megatron.
That's your proper scale. My proper scale would be a little different than that.
ACOM scale.
Yes, ACOM scale. Okay.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean, though. I mean, it looks.
Actually, is that not ACOM?
Starscream's Brigade?
No, that ACOM was mostly season 3, wasn't it?
Didn't they do?
And also like City of
City of
Steel.
Steel, yeah.
Steel.
Oh, okay.
What's the one where they turned Devastator good by brainwashing him?
The Core.
Yeah,
The Core.
Yes.
that was an ACOM episode. That's
Because
mostly
that
what I
was-
think.
That's
when
what I'm thinking of.
Devastator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the first one they showed under the Generation 2 Cybernet Space
Was it?
Cube revamp.
The Core?
Yeah,
Well,
that
it wasn't the first Generation 2 episode, but that might have been
the first
the
one.
first
that
one
aired.
that showed, the first
ACOM
one that
episode.
aired. No, well, I mean, in my market, that was the first
Oh,
one. that
okay.
aired.
There was
And-
also one where the Autobots got like stuck in vehicle mode.
Yeah.
the Immobilizer.
Yeah, that was an ACOM episode.
Cool. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump to. Do we want to talk about Combiner Wars? Didn't we say last week that we weren't talking about it again?
I said we shouldn't talk about it anymore.
I'll say this. I was giving it the benefit of the doubt. I really wanted it to pick up. It's just not done that well. I'm sorry.
McFeely says it's worse than Energon, with the exception of the fact that Energon had a lot more episodes to get better, and this is only like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I saw Cypher reply to him saying something to the effect of, it's like a bad headache versus getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
It's probably the same net amount of pain. It's just, the amount of time you spread it over.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just the characterization. I mean, the only bright spot of Combiner Wars for me is I kind of like Megatron.
Yeah.
I kind of
Yeah.
like him. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
And that
it's,
seems to be the only bright point anybody latches onto with this.
So
Megatron's kind of okay.
somebody, I think it was Grufflock on Facebook, shared a blog post that somebody wrote comparing Transformers. Oh, we lost video again. So comparing Combiner Wars to Game of Thrones. And they said it was Animation's Game of Thrones. And I just wanted to say, are you high?
Yes, that was some. I think that was some news site that did that.
It's one of those. It's just like that looks for like just all the hits it can get for with no content, like Hit Fix or something.
Uh-huh.
Was that something off Machinima's site?
No. No.
I can see how you'd make that mistake, though.
And it's a shame because as much as that line is going to haunt this show forever. Machinima really should have done it themselves if anybody was going to.
Yeah. But yeah, the new episode not good. If you liked it, I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
One more left?
One
Yeah,
episode left.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. This week, I nicknamed the Enigma combination the Stapler of Contrivance.
Yeah.
Trademark. Our own Rob Clay.
RAC 2750.
Yeah. I mean, I know some people liked it, and I mean that's awesome. I think it's just, I think there are certain thresholds that certain people have. It's like the gag reflex. It takes more for some people than it does others. Like if my wife like smells peaches, she just hurls. So she has to like skip like the produce section, the front part of the produce section in the grocery store because of
And the entire
peaches.
state of South Carolina.
Yeah.
Or Georgia.
Oh, she hates passing by like that stupid peach thing. She hates it. So, yeah, the Gaffney peach is that right? Yeah, in Gaffney, South Carolina. Yeah, she honestly gags at that. So, but yeah, Combiner Wars. Okay, this week in history. This week from the 15th through the 19th, the greatest thing in the history of things to be great. Five Faces of Darkness premieres with the premiere of season 3 in the U.S. In Diecast, can you recycle your video? I love Five Faces of Darkness. I'm not gonna say it's literally the best thing ever, but I love season 3. I love Five Faces of Darkness, and you get
it was the sequel to Transformers.
It's the sequel to Transformers the movie. You get way more out of
that's how Flint Dille wrote it.
Yes, and you get way more out of it than you do Transformers the movie.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, you get Skylinks.
Yes, and you actually get some history of the Transformers that you don't get. So, and you get some backstory for the Matrix. It's awesome.
I mean, honestly, for what Five Faces of Darkness contributed, it's more important to the mythos overall than Transformers the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
It's
Don,
just animated like a pile of steaming garbage.
Don, what were you about to say?
Five Faces is. I'll be honest. For all the good stuff that it did kind of introduce into the mythos to add the backstory, it was just a really boring.
Kind of like Rebirth.
Rebirth didn't have time to be boring though, because it was trying to introduce 67.
I am an unabashed fan of Rebirth. We all know this. I love Rebirth, Don. I'm giving you crap.
I know.
I loves me some Rebirth.
I know. Five Faces. It's just five. I think if Five Faces of Darkness had just looked better, well, heck, if season 3 had looked better overall, I think I would enjoyed it a lot more.
But it was written so much better than season 2. It didn't have to look that good.
And,
season 2 is still my favorite.
A good part of season 3 actually looks just fine.
Call of the Primitives looks great. Return of the Optimus Prime Part 1 looks great.
Yeah.
I tend to throw out Call of the Primitives just because that's specifically a different animation house that did that.
The Bird and Hardest to Bear looks pretty damn good.
Because I'll be honest, if TMS had done the whole the whole third season,
it would have been 13 episodes long because that's all they could have afforded.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, 2 years earlier, same week, More Than Meets the Eye debuted. Yay! Was that the only episode that Sky Spy was in?
No, he was in the one with the Incan temple with the super weapon that you couldn't move from that one spot.
Fire in the Sky?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yes. So,
yeah.
But so Sky Spy. So there you go. And my favorite part about More Than Meets the Eye was when Gears met Spider-Man.
But
no,
I'll be honest.
Marvel
I remember watching More Than Meets the Eye Part 2 when the mine blows. Spoilers. When the mine blows up and then Prime goes down the mountain, I was like, "Oh my God, he's dead!" I mean, I was really getting into this, and then
little did you know, 2 years later.
Yes, so that's true. So season one. I love season 1. I really do. It's really cohesive. It has God, I don't know how to say this. If we only had one season of the Transformers, it'd have to be season 1 because that's just how causality works. That's how cause and effect. But I think season 1, if it feels really good and relatively tight compared to everything else.
You said cause and effect. Now I'm thinking about the arc blowing up and then it resetting, and then it does that Star Trek episode.
Yeah,
where
cause and
the arc
effect
just
with Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kelsey Grammer as Optimus Prime.
Captain Fraser.
yeah, Captain Fraser. And thank you, Chris, and a special extra for me. 1987 Family Home Entertainment, and I just hear the harsh tone in my head right now. Releases Transformers the movie and The Return of Optimus Prime on VHS and beta. And I just looked up a copy of Transformers the movie on beta, and it was $80. And yes, I was slightly tempted.
I remember getting the VHS copy of the movie. I bought the Pretender doubleheader, sent in my coupon in my $3.50, and got the free copy of the movie.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That is
Do
awesome.
you still have it?
Yes, I do.
Of course. you do.
I don't
It's
dare
on.
play it. I don't dare play it because there's no telling what kind of shape it's in by this point.
Yeah, that's a
But-
fair point.
Yeah.
Besides, you have so much better options there, like Blu-ray.
Well, true.
Yeah.
but-
Finally.
I've got 2 copies on Blu-ray, so I'm excited. Well, actually, not counting the double disc, the Australian version that I've got.
Yeah, and unlike Brian's record or my record copy of the soundtrack, you don't get that extra nostalgic thing by watching a VHS copy versus listening to a record versus
What do you mean, Don?
You do if it has that FHE intro.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah,
Start.
that's true. That's true.
That's
but-
kind of the equivalent of that vinyl scratch.
Well, my vinyl it's not scratched, but vinyl still has sound artifacts from the fact that it's basically dragging a needle across a piece of vinyl and then amplifying it. So, I mean, they're still like artifacts, so
Yeah.
it's just not scratched.
No, I'm using scratch in the term of the quality of audio that
Yeah.
it produces.
Oh, gotcha.
There's
That vinyl crackle.
Yeah, vinyl crackle.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I remember watching that VHS. By that point, we had a VCR. By that point,
So,
and I remember my dad asking me, "Can they just fix him?" It's like, Dad, stop asking questions. You don't know what you're watching.
the answer should have been yes. They could have fixed him.
Well, if
But
it's
they did
medic-
later.
Yeah.
But it's like, I love my dad, but it's like, you're asking me these questions about something I know you're trying to bond, but stop asking questions. I'm trying to watch the movie.
Because, they couldn't fix Optimus Prime, but then, 20 minutes later, when it's Ultra Magnus on
Who's
Jump,
ripped apart.
yeah, he was in arguably
No,
fairly
he was
worse
blown
shape.
apart.
Yes.
Blown apart.
Well, he was going to be
He
ripped
was
apart.
supposed to have been
He was
ripped
Supposed to have
apart.
been ripped apart.
Yeah.
So, just real quick, I just want to point out because
Family movie for kids,
yes,
Yeah.
I just want to point out because, of course, it goes with the ongoing joke. I just realized looking at it that record player was a really stupid purchase. Okay,
Well, the thing with Ultra Magnus about that disparity between what was supposed to happen and what happened, we'll never know really behind the scenes. I guess you call it an unsolved mystery.
okay, so let's jump to the news. We have photos of what could possibly be Masterpiece Megatron 2.0, and I like it. I mean, it's very early, so there are things like the barrel is bent and stuff like that, but that's probably an artifact. I hope.
Yeah, this is very curious because I would assume if it was like a prototype of somebody's third-party thing, they'd be claiming it already.
Yeah.
And the one thing I find a little weird is the front of the waist. It's like, isn't his waist normally smooth through there? And it's got like the panel lines and something, or I don't know.
That may have to do with the transformation, Don.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
There may have been no way around that.
And
Yeah.
that kind of leads me to think that this might possibly be something official because it seems like a concession that would be made rather than adding 35 more parts to make it be able to be a single piece and
Bad Cube
transform.
Megatron.
Oh, God.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
I've heard their War Dog is insane to transform. I'd hate to see a Megatron.
Yeah.
Is
But-
War Dog the Warpath one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was literally leaked or whatever, showed up
Like
on
45 minutes after we stopped streaming last week.
after I paid for it and told the order to ship. So
Yeah. This also looks like it has concessions in the hip skirt area, like the panels on the sides, much like Ironhide has.
Mhm.
so as
But
soon
on Megatron, they don't look as bad because you
No.
know
So as soon as my Sovereign tenders, Takara is going to release images of their Masterpiece Galvatron, and there'll be a note: "Hey Brian, we were waiting for you. Go F yourself."
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's someone at Takara watching and saying, "Okay, they're done. Release the images."
Yeah.
I was actually talking in the review. I wonder, because originally Despotron was supposed to be coming out the end of October or the end of November, and I was wondering if it somehow got pushed up because they were worried about either this getting announced or DX9 was also having their
Mitron
come out.
Probably Mitron
Yeah.
factored in. I mean, we got an MP10 after MP01, and I mean, it was a safe bet that one was coming soon. I mean, it still is, even if this isn't an actual Megatron, that we're going to get one. So they were smart to push it. And there are no, like, other than that one issue, do you know of any other quality control issues with Despotron?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's move to the next item. Hasbro Asia to release a Shattered Glass Masterpiece Optimus Prime. I don't know why. And I guess they can do whatever they want to, but it's just weird that we're getting a Shattered Glass Optimus Prime.
Maybe they can't use the Eva design for some reason.
Why would they want to?
Well, I mean, we've said this before. I have no desire to ever have anything to do with Evangelion my rest of my days, because the first episode I saw was the finale of the series, and that was probably not a good way to start.
It's like watching the last episode of MASH.
Yeah. I'm just remembering Rob's brother's story of when his friend watched it for the first time all the way through.
Yes, he marathoned the whole series at once.
Yeah. So, but if they can't give us an Eva version cheaper than what that was, because it was way too expensive, maybe they're looking for another use of the mold, and this is the most logical thing, because unless they do another Nemesis Prime or something.
Maybe what happened is they said, "Hey, Transformers Collectors Club, why don't you guys sell this? We'll already make 20,000 of them, and you're just ready. Just go ahead and just sell it. Oh wait, we're taking your license."
Yeah, but I'll be honest.
No, they didn't do that.
I like the colors. I like the way it looks. I like the green axe. I mean, it's just I would rather see this mold in other colors than
which colors.
We've already seen this in Nemesis colors.
Yeah. So I'm guessing. I mean, I'm guessing that Hasbro owns still all the intellectual property for everything that the Collectors Club did.
I'm sure.
So they can do whatever they want. It's just a weird notion that they would do this.
Like, even before the license thing, like, FunPub came up with the idea of Nexus Prime, and then Hasbro decided when they were doing their aligned continuity project, no, we're taking possession of that, you can't use it anymore. So, like, even, years ago, before there was any question about the future of the club, Hasbro had the right to say, okay, this thing you came up with, no, this is ours now. We're taking exclusive control of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's an option for fiction, or it's an option to source toys, or i.e. repaints that they can leverage in the future. Okay, so Masterpiece Thrust, I did cancel my pre-order on this. So
Are you putting a new one in now?
No. I don't need it. I decided, and
I don't like the way this looks.
I just cannot get over the face and the helmet just do not work on this figure.
The way they did the wings is the big problem for me, because you get all the wing surface on the leg and none of it spread up into the torso, because it's always been a little of it left on the torso to fill that out, and it just looks really unbalanced now.
Yeah.
Not to mention the way they have that structured. I mean, that has got to impact the posing. There's no way around that.
Posing is a little bit of a problem even with Ramjet. I mean,
but now, did Thrust have such giant purple kneecaps? Because that looks wrong. Or am I just not remembering the way the character
The good Thrust only had 3 fingers.
He raised one of them to Optimus Primal.
Yeah. Let's see here. I don't remember the kneecaps being so gigantic.
The gigantic purple kneecaps is a real bad.
He's got to
description.
bang. He's got to like bang into walls and stuff. That has to hurt.
Uh-huh.
I'll let you know what it looks like in hand when I get it.
Well, it's
mean,
it's sad.
like,
it's sad being addicted to Seekers, isn't it? Isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, it really is.
I understand why they did this on one level, but at the same time, I just feel like they really should have tooled up a new Seeker body to do the cone heads on specifically.
No, Chris. What they would have done is they would have went ahead and made a Masterpiece version of the Generation Seeker body, and that would have been the new Masterpiece body. It was the same transformation and design as the classics.
I mean, that would have been fine with me because I wasn't going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, let's two up that sucker and make it a masterpiece.
No, but I mean, like, they reversioned the Masterpiece Starscream body to be less stylized because the first one was Shoji Kawamori helped design it to make the aircraft mode more accurate and integrate better to the robot, but that made it be off model basically. So they reversioned it for MP11. At this point, though, I think they can just make a whole new Seeker body and everybody be fine with it.
And start over.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. So
But I mean, start with the cone heads, have it tooled where you can make the cone heads properly, and then, run your Starscream and Skywarp and Thundercracker afterward.
So I want to jump to the next item because I want to talk about this. So Titans Return new leader class figure info from store inventory data. So Overlord is going to be a leader class figure, which that's awesome.
Which we assumed anyway.
Yeah. So in the assortment, there's also a Sky Shadow, which we're thinking we don't even know.
Black Shadow.
Yeah, the last time we
That's-
got
yeah,
that
that's
name,
the-
it was Black Shadow.
That's the prevailing theory just based on previous name use, but it's also such a generic name.
It could be anything.
But
Yeah.
also, leader class, we're getting Overlord and Six Shot, and Black Shadow was the third of Megatron's Phase Sixers in the IDW comics.
Yeah. So wasn't there other stuff on? This wasn't a store inventory data. It was like a JPEG or something that had Japanese.
Yeah, this isn't the list that's been driving me crazy all
You
week.
tell me about that. I wanted to. I know that's been taking you off. I want to know more about
Okay.
that.
This list has like actual source, and there's a history of like reliable leaks from this person. The list that's been going around is just random names at.
But it's
various
got
size
Japanese on
classes. Chinese.
Chinese. Well, it's got something that's not English on it, so it has to
Yeah.
be. It has to be true.
When it comes
Yeah,
down to the
pretty much.
kanji, it's very common to mistake Japanese and Chinese because.
I mistake like hibachi chicken for General Tso's chicken all the time.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there's just there's no real sourcing for this thing that I know of. It's just going around, and I've seen so many people just assume yes, this is real because there are a few things on it that yes, we have gotten other hints of
From
like-
reliable sources.
yes, from reliable sources like this guy, but we have not gotten any indicator that there is going to be a Predaking. There's no confirmation.
Oh yeah, Predaking was on there. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we've gotten no kind of confirmation. There's going to be a tidal wave. There's just a lot of that list that
Speaking
it would be nice if it was true, but
speaking
there's no indication.
Speaking of somebody who's done some trolling in the past, you try to make things believable by mixing a little bit of the fantastic, which is what you're trying to get across, with some things that are totally believable.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, is the stuff fake? I don't know. Probably though. But
Since we're talking about these various lists, I will point out one of them mentions the possibility of Deathsaurus in the leader class.
yes, I saw that. That was crazy.
And well, what I was thinking though is if that would be true, I could see them using Sky Shadow as a placeholder name for Deathsaurus because I don't even think the combiner box that won the Skylynx recolor is going to be specifically Deathsaurus.
No, it's
So
like Desaurus, I think.
Yeah.
Zaris,
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, I could see that being a placeholder name for that just as one possibility.
It's a crazy time we live in because that stuff is actually,
It's an annoying time we live in.
that stuff's actually plausible though.
Yeah.
Well, it's no more or less plausible than this Titan Master Sorry that I've just seen for the first time.
Yeah, that's just
Oh, that
somebody's
custom?
fan art.
I
Yeah.
know, but I still want it.
I think Trent Troop actually went and made a faceplate for that. So
He did.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Moving along. I love talking
But yeah,
about trolls.
But yeah, for the record, I'm pretty sure that list is BS.
Oh, I'm certain it is. I mean, it was. I laughed out loud when I read it, but I loved it. It made my day.
I would have laughed more if, like I said, I didn't see like 16 different people, assuming it was true.
That's why it's so funny.
Yeah, well,
I mean, like, none of us are above reading or hearing these leaks and accepting some of them because there is a basis in who they come from, and they've been proven right quite a bit before.
Oh, I forgot.
That's one thing.
I forgot. I forgot. I even tweeted at Rob about that earlier this week. What did I say? Let's see here. Oh gosh.
Well, while you're trying to figure that out, I'll finish.
Okay.
Like, there's, it's one thing to take the stuff from sources that have proven reputable, but something like this that just comes out of the ether, like, yeah, just leave that alone until something kind of cements that as having some credibility.
yeah.
Yeah.
Better for everybody. It's fun to dream, but at the same time,
Can't find it. So it was on Facebook. I'm not going to dig it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, awesome. What do we got next? Oh, Unite Warriors, Megatronia, new stock photos.
yeah, they've updated the photos. The colors are a little bit more accurate to real toys, because that's how they always do with these. They
Yeah.
release one set and then do another set that's more like natural lighting, I guess, less retouched.
Yeah, they're toned down just a little bit, but they still look really good.
It does.
Yeah.
They look actually a little bit better to me like this. I'm still not going to pay $175 for this set.
I'm pretty sure I
I
am.
am.
Yes, but again,
Uh,
addiction.
Yes, I have
well,
a problem.
Yeah, like I said, any desire for that just went right out the window.
I like Shar's
Yeah.
helicopter.
I'll let you know what it looks like when I get it in hand on.
But that's
You go,
it's nice
you go
package
right
art,
ahead.
Yeah, it is.
as usual.
It's very nice. Okay. Let's see here. What do we got next? Transformers, the definitive G1 collection, offers UK fans hardcover collections of G1 comic stories. Now, I saw this, and I didn't read into it. There was it's a box set of stuff. I thought it was a box set of DVDs when I saw it.
It is not in fact a box set. What it is basically a collection of Time Life books of G1 comics, and they're done out of order. They are just like each collection addresses like specific stories and things like that, and like I said, it's been recolored by some of IDW's current colorists, I believe. And people who've gotten a few of them have reported some errors, but just it's a shame this is only available in the UK because I want to live in a world where there's a series of Transformers Time Life books. Damn it!
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You mean there's a series of Transformers Titan books? I mean, that's something,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
yeah.
maybe Rod, you'll get lucky and they'll do an American version that has the faux leather covers.
I want this and a set of Civil War chess pieces while we're at it. Let's see here. What else? IDW signs distribution deal for Transformers and other properties with Penguin Random House. I saw this and I don't know what this means. So what's included in this? Jack posted the story, so it's not one of yours.
From skimming the press release, it sounds like while Diamond is still going to distribute IDW stuff to comic book stores, Penguin Random House is going to open them up to other outlets that Diamond does not serve.
Like Walmart?
Possibly? Like, there's potential for wider distribution, wider reach of their stuff.
Like occasionally Walmart will have, and Target will have trade paperbacks and stuff, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Transformers chosen for the 2016 National Toy Hall of Fame finalists.
They've also nominated Bubble Wrap, so I don't know that you'd get your hopes up.
Okay.
What? Wait, what? Toy of the Year?
National Toy Hall of Fame.
And Rob, okay, you said bubble wrap?
Uh-huh.
That's not a toy. That's a choking hazard.
Only in small enough pieces.
It protects toys during shipping.
So are we talking about a specific Transformers line or Transformers in general?
Transformers in general.
Then why aren't they already in the Toy Hall of Fame?
That's an excellent question. The full list of finalists for the year: Bubble Wrap, Care Bears, Clue. Clue is not in yet, so we've got a ways to go with this. Coloring books, Dungeons and Dragons, Fisher Price Little People, Nerf, Pinball, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Swings, Transformers, and Uno.
And that
Yeah.
list is
Nerf is not in there yet.
I mean,
okay.
From the
How
sound
generic?
of this list, it sounds like this must be the first year of the Toy Hall of Fame.
Kind of sounds like it, or if
How
not,
are
it's
swings-
one of the first.
But it's like pinball. What? It's so generic. It's like pinball is a total, or is it just the tabletops, or is it those?
I wonder
cheap
how
ones
hard
you
it would be
buy?
to modify a Nerf gun to shoot pinball balls.
Hey, if it's not Nerf, it's nothing.
Yeah. Ah, nice. So, hey, Prime 1 Studio locked down images and details on Transformers Age of Extinction bust.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a nice segue into the movie block.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Skeletor or Sub-Zero from the new Mortal Kombat games.
So it looks as much like a specific Transformers character as anything from the movies.
Kinda. I mean, it looks cool, but it doesn't. I mean, it's nicely detailed. I like the color. The colors. Do the eyes glow? So it takes batteries.
But
Yeah, the eyes do seem to be glowing in the photos. So
but it's
Maybe they're just filled with
lockdown.
radium.
Oh, that'd be nice. I've always wanted a radium watch.
It's lockdown. Who cares?
Yeah, whether
If it was animated lockdown,
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
then I would care.
or if
Okay.
it was a statue of the Revenge of the Fallen toy design,
No.
because I think, well, no, I mean that's just animated lockdown with
More-
slight movie filtering
Yeah.
over it. I think that would translate well to a statue.
I think so. So Transformers: The Last Night. Anthony Hopkins. He's going to be in Transformers: The Last Night, and he's there for filming in London.
He thought he was out, and they pulled him back in.
Which, really, I only find this notable because it rules out the theory that he's just going to be a voice actor, because he wouldn't be there now otherwise.
yeah.
Yeah, unless he's going to do like what's his name did for the Aladdin.
Oh, Robin Williams.
Then Robin Williams, he was on set for Aladdin with like an Aladdin puppet or something.
Well,
Robin Williams could
he-
have like a puppet of whatever the hell he's going to be.
Well, I don't think there was a set for Aladdin, but they did like rotoscope him. Yes.
Oh shoot, you're right.
Doesn't Anthony Hopkins like live somewhere in that area anyway?
I am a total
He could
idiot.
just be-
Thank you, Rob, for pointing that out.
He could probably
Yes,
just
I
be
think
stopping by to see what's going on.
I'm thinking of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Ah, yeah.
I conflated my
Oh, okay.
movies.
Okay, okay, Brian, you confused Aladdin and Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
They're both classics. Even though I've never watched Aladdin, I'm saying it's a classic.
Oh, you have not seen Aladdin? Oh,
nope,
my
never.
God.
I've never
It's
watched
decent.
It's pretty good.
it. Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It makes way more sense. Okay, so a possible Dino Mirage or Stinger sighted on Transformers: The Last Night. Dino Mirage? What?
Dino, remember
Dino.
from the third
Yeah.
movie, the red card that didn't get a toy.
Oh,
And whose voice actor tragically passed away not long after the movie in an accident.
I was hoping it would be like a dinosaur, because of course Transformers, Age of Extinction.
Well, if they're going to have dinosaur characters in this, and it's not the Dinobots, that's when you get the Rescue Bots in here, and they've got their Dino modes, and you can bring Rescue Bots into it too.
Don, why do you want to
Don.
watch the Rescue Bots die horribly on a big screen?
Well, but see, it's not in continuity, so it doesn't count.
Well, so did you know on the set of the original Flintstones cartoon that Dino actually the guy? Never mind.
And they rotoscoped Jackie Gleason on.
They
set.
rotoscoped Jackie Gleason on set. I'm sorry. I just think it's awesome that I think that Aladdin's a real movie. I cannot get over that.
You heard it here on RFC. Brian Kelly doesn't think Disney's Aladdin is a real movie.
Like with live act, it's a live action movie.
No, the soundbite exists.
Yeah, that's true. I need more caffeine. Okay, let's see here. Let's jump to Amazon. Thank you, Amazon. You were phenomenal. You helped pay for all of this. If it wasn't for you, I couldn't be here screwing up animated and live action movies. So tfradio.net/Amazon. Actually, one cool thing coming out this week, Rob and I were talking about it. Dragon Quest VII for the
Yes.
3DS. Mine shipped today.
Nice.
You can pick that up at tfradio.net/Amazon. Or you could get, if you wanted, Transformers the movie on Blu-ray, tfradio.net/TFTM. And, of course, that's available as the regular and Steelbook edition. John DeLuna talked me into getting the Steelbook edition, by God, because I'm the host of the Transformers podcast. And it turns out I'd rather have the regular edition.
Steel
What's
book much better.
Well, Brian, what difference is it between the two?
You
Is
can have the
it
Japanese art for the cover. You can swap it out. You can't do that with the Steelbook edition. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean,
Yes,
the
we're
extras are the
stuck with
same.
I don't watch extras on.
Content-wise, there's no difference that I am aware of.
Yeah, but you get the awesome art that I love so much. So I don't have that, but you can get basically anything on Amazon. Actually, one cool thing, I am a huge fan of the Amazon Echo, and the Echo Dot. Amazon is making it so that now anybody can purchase it, and they're dropping the price to $50.
Alexa, order me a white Echo Dot.
Yes, do it for me as well. I ordered mine already.
Okay, Brian, for those of us that are technologically behind the times, what is that?
The Echo it's basically, so it's turned into a hub for a smart home, but really it just started as a smart speaker that you can talk to. It'll do things like give you a recipe, it'll tell you the time, it'll give you the weather, it'll read the news to you, it can read.
It's the enterprise computer, Don.
Yeah.
I just-
Does it sound like Michelle Barrett's?
No.
Oh, damn.
If she hadn't passed away several years ago, I'm sure they could have, got her and sampled her voice
Yeah.
for it.
Well,
But
I'm sure they could use old dialogue with that would be so cool.
they could, they could. That would be awesome. But I absolutely love my Echo, and I was going to buy a second one anyway. Now I can get one for the bedroom. That's going to be my new alarm clock. And I since they're down to $50, I may get one for a couple other rooms as well because I think
Bathroom.
yeah. Oh, hey, I could talk to something when I'm in the bathroom.
If you
So
buy 6,
You buy 5, you get one free.
5, yeah.
Actually, a friend of mine ended up buying. They had the same deal for the new Fire tablet, and a friend of mine actually did that, and did that for Christmas, which I think is pretty awesome. But yeah, tfradio.net/Amazon. Amazon doesn't charge you a cent more, but they send back a little money our way to help pay for the show. Thank you, Amazon, and thank you out there to everybody who uses tfradio.net/Amazon. Let's jump to the next news item. Third-party news, MMC's products on display at, what was it? ST.
This is the Singapore Toy Gaming Comic Con.
Thank you. I saw this story. I didn't click it, so I don't know what's on display.
So the thing that caught my attention, which I'm actually aware Don's interested in a little bit, is their what's that? The
Artfire.
yeah, Diecast. What's their Masterpiece line?
Remaster?
Remasters.
No, remaster is...
Let's make toys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
Ocular Max.
Oh, yeah. I like Ocular Max.
The Art Fire they showed off here, which Don thought was the first time we'd actually seen it in person.
Well, as far as color, I believe.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
what
I forgot about
thinking.
the Not Tarn figure. It's called Culture.
Culture, something like that.
Well, we forgot about it because they refused to release it. So
Well, Mastermind generates a lot of stuff and just releases it at their own pace.
There's Art Fire. That looks pretty nice.
It does.
And with it being the backdraft mold, that way, if you like me and got the Make Toys versions, but you were kind of on the fence about getting, which either backdraft or Hellfire, for example, this would be a good way to get at least a different mold. I'm hoping their Target Master, because that's one thing third parties to me have not done well, is nailed down the way a decent looking Target Master.
What? How many third-party Target Masters are there?
Well, Master Shooter has done a great. I mean, everybody over at Master Shooter has done a really good job.
There's hundreds of those guys, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge company, and I'm surprised that
Cubicles filled with employees,
I know.
man.
Yeah, but I mean, their Master Shooter Target Masters are nice.
The thing is, I like.
But they're all very G1.
They're all very G1, and I like them. But Master Shooter has basically been using the same mold now for 5 years. So
yeah. Well, I mean, but you've always got Target Masters breaking and people going back and buying
absolutely.
vintage ones. But I mean, a new standard for Target Masters, other than the Cyclonus mold using Nightstick, and that we're all sick of. I mean, it's an okay Target Master, but it's been the same thing for what, 6 years, 7 years now.
What did Masterpiece Hot Rod use?
Masterpiece Hot Rod used
A new mold, right?
Yeah, it was a new mold, but it was very firebolty. and also it was scaled for MP Rodimus. But in the smaller Target Masters, there's not been one good company that's really hit on a design that looks good.
So
me.
okay, so while we're talking about that, let's actually talk about the news item itself. So what all? I mean, so what's on display? So there's is that Obsidian?
Yeah, they're making in their reformatted line a mold that's going to be Obsidian and somewhat IDW Whirl, which means that neither of them actually gets to turn out quite right.
Yeah, that's so here's the not.
The best thing I can say about that Whirl is I like the color.
Let's see here. Here's the not Tarn.
Which looks really, really good, and I hope orders go up soon.
Yeah, so do we know anything like how much it's going to cost, or?
They'll probably be, in the same neighborhood as like Spartan.
Oh, so cheap.
Similar sized toys.
Yeah,
So
because none of the DJD have been over $100 yet, have they?
I don't think so, and the
Although
No.
Helix and Tesseras probably will be.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
the Ocular Max stuff is, as far as like third party goes, is very reasonable. I've always found.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. And man, if he's like the same price as Spartan, I am on it. Spartan is a great figure.
And I already have Kaon and Voss, so I'm in for the set.
Is Carnifex MMC?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, the vehicle modes are in here.
yeah.
And they've also showed their exclusive recolor of Seraphicus, which is in like Nemesis colors with gaudy chrome armor.
Let's see here. What else do we have? Death's Head?
Yeah, that's the recolor of their lockdown-ish Jaegertron.
That looks kind of nice. I like that.
Like, I like the colors. I'm just not really into the concept.
I got a friend that's a huge Death's Head fan. He'll probably be all over that one.
I'm a huge Death's Head 2 fan.
Then he would probably hate you with a fiery burning head.
I remember being in 8th grade, like not having any clue that Death's had any connection to Transformers. My friends and I is like, "Did you see this comic? It's the greatest thing ever." Like, what is it? It's called Death's Head 2. And it's like he killed the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man and everything. Do you see this? It's phenomenal. Yeah, it's let's see here. What else we got?
But yeah, there's just basically some reformatted stuff and some of their Ocular Max, and the art fire is what really caught my attention.
Yeah. Oh god, but Devil Stinger. Oh, he is.
Oh yeah, and
gorgeous.
the next one.
So Devil Stinger, what?
Not
Black
Fans
Zarek.
Project Display.
Oh, that. Yes. Okay, let's go to that.
Yeah, that is just. I'm so glad they're doing this. I was afraid the Pandinus sales wouldn't be. Well, see, it could have gone either way. It could have been slower sales. So they could have used the mold for trying something different, or could have. But I'm really glad they're making this.
And it's got a different tail. Or
Yeah, they seem to have redesigned it a little bit. Made some mold changes.
I love the head. I love that.
It's
head
nice,
with-
isn't it? It's still really busy.
It is. And somehow I think the Scorponok colors work better to kind of tie it all in.
It does, but considering there's no other real good way to get a black Zarak of any size for that kind of money and it not be dust, it's. I don't want to mean like, well, this is all you're going to get, so you're going to have to like it. It's just, I think for the only viable alternative, I think it looks really good.
I do too. It's not perfect, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got here? What else did they show? off?
There's Fans Project's Dinobots are in here. They're Diatlas.
Aren't we done? Aren't we done with the Fans Project Dinobots?
Nope.
Evidently not.
Well, so what in the hell? What do we have? What's new?
The Velociraptor and
Does the-
Pachycephalosaurus females,
does the-
and then Snarl.
Does the Velociraptor look like Dinobot?
Well, like Rule 63 Dinobot.
Oh my god, that's awful. I'm a fan of the Fans Project Dinobots, but that Velociraptor just does not.
Yeah, I'm skipping those. I'm getting Snarl, and then I'll have my 5 and be done.
I'll tell you, Brian.
See, there's a prototype on display of Contact Shot from the remaster line.
Oh, cool. I'll pull it.
Yes,
Don,
he
what were you going to
looks-
say?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Is
Oh.
God, he looks. Oh, I cannot wait to get him. He looks Point Blank is my favorite Autobot Target Master, and he looks. I cannot wait to see this in color. As soon as it goes up
It's on
order,
page
I am
2.
pre-ordering.
I saw it in color already.
No, it's the second picture on the first page, Brian.
Oh, I'm looking at the exact wrong. Oh, yeah, there. Oh, yeah, it's not in color. We've seen this photo before, haven't we?
Well, no, this is from a new display.
Well, we've seen this before, just not in this photo, because we looked at this a couple weeks ago.
But he's got a great silhouette. I love the way he looks. It's just I've not been this excited for a figure since. Well, I guess Black Zarak, but I still.
Gotta tell you, I'm kind of eyeing that fans project Diatlas.
That's been out for like 2 years, hasn't it?
No,
Is it not out yet?
no.
I thought that came out like a year ago.
We saw it at TFCon
I
as
think-
Charlotte, didn't we?
Yeah, that doesn't mean it was for sale.
I mean, that's when we saw it. Was TFCon Chicago last
That's
year?
that's part of Function X, isn't it?
No, this is it's the same thing as like Steel Core, right? The
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the Function X figure that I'm thinking of then?
Highbrow?
well, I mean that's all their headmasters.
Yeah, there wasn't there like a Function. I thought there was a Function X figure that looked kind of like Diatlas. I don't know. There's
Sure.
yeah, sure, why not?
Nothing's springing to mind. Maybe you're thinking of Mad Law somehow.
Maybe.
Although that's more like Christmas Diatlas. If he was a six changer.
Oh, wait a minute. No, they're redoing. Aren't they redoing that third party that was the Diaclone Combiner homage in Diatlas colors?
I could answer that question if I had any knowledge of the subject, Don.
Well,
That's not really bringing anything to mind
Yeah,
for me.
No, this is what I thought. This is what I was thinking of because I'm looking at the image right now. It just looks, yeah. It's not.
Yeah, I believe this is in the same subline as
Orbitron, or I mean not Orbitron.
Yeah, Warbots.
Warbots. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. I just could have swore this thing came out like 2 years ago.
There might have been like prototype or concept art or something.
It looks
that
nice.
won't go
It's
as
pretty.
fan project.
It's reasonable, isn't it? It's like $80.
Are there pre-orders up for this?
Price.
I
don't know.
thought
$80
so.
is reasonable.
I mean, for what it is.
Well, for what it is.
Let me check my pre-orders because I was certain that I'd pre-ordered. Brian, check
This is
his
one of our
pre-orders.
best third-party segments in quite a while.
Yeah.
Oh God, I pre-ordered Phoenix. I'm so stupid, but I guess I'll.
well, Phoenix is the Jetfire, right?
Yeah.
It's the good Skyfire.
Theoretically, we don't know that for sure yet until it actually comes out.
It's fans' toys. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful.
Oh no, Warbot
But
Z is
it's-
130.
But it's Skyfire, so if anything can screw someone up, evidently.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. It's. I did have this on pre-order. I did cancel that pre-order. I probably should leave it canceled.
Yeah, probably so.
Probably should.
130, you said?
Yeah, 130.
Yeah, I'll just leave that one sit. I don't need it that bad. If I was going to spend $130 or thereabout on something, I'd probably just go get one of those Diaclone reboot sets.
Yeah. Okay.
Dive battles, man.
Die Battle. Okay. Let's see here. What else do we have? Iron Factory EX, Noramune, and Muramasa, Legends Drift, and Deadlock.
It looks like those are getting ready to come out too. The pre-orders for them just went up at the retailers.
For their size, they look really nice.
But they're also like $70 for the 2-pack.
Yeah, not worth it.
Well, that was about what Mech Ideas started out when they did their Top Spin and Twin Twist.
But those weren't legend-sized figures, Don.
And what has Mech Ideas done lately?
Actually,
Sad but true.
Yeah, actually, I think Mech Ideas was absorbed. I watched a video from one of our friends, and there's some theory that Mech Ideas was absorbed into another company, so maybe that's where they went. But I didn't realize these were like war in the pocket size. I thought these were like small deluxes.
Yeah,
or
all of
something.
Iron Factory's stuff is based around the legend scale.
Okay.
So these are a little bit on the higher end, price wise, but they do look nice.
Yeah. But so there's some basically everything. So they're the same figure. It's just some. There's a little mold differences and some paint differences.
They do share some parts, but there are also alternate parts between them.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Let me go back to this.
So they're not the exact same mold twice over.
Right.
Okay.
The question was, what do they transform into? And I didn't show it because I was busy jumping to the next news item. They are hideous.
I think they're kind of pretty. I like Deathlock.
No, the vehicle mode.
Oh yeah, it's
a
Cybertron thing that doesn't have to look like anything because it's on Cybertron.
Exactly. Looks like
Hands sticking up off the top.
it looks like it belongs in a pretender shell.
That's what was bugging me about that, Brian. I think you finally helped me figure out what I didn't like about them.
Yeah, they look bad. I love when friends will see my pretenders and they'll be like, "What in the hell is that?" And then I open it up and they're like, "What in the hell is that?"
Oh, well, you know what would be cool if some third party does some pretender shells for these. That could be
like as
cool.
a dig, that would be awesome.
Yes, because third-party pretender shells have worked so well in the
That's
past.
what I was thinking.
Well, again, the size of what you were trying to stick in there also kind
So,
of.
Don, the size of what you're trying to stick in there can sometimes be a problem, but there are solutions that you can apply to make that a little easier. No, but I think even if somebody like Fans Project had trouble getting a factory to make rotocast pretender shells that don't really do anything and have them be affordable, most anybody's going to have a problem doing that in any kind of budgetable sense.
So how does rotocasting work? I don't understand how that works.
Okay, so basically it's a lot like what it sounds like. They put the material in the mold and then the mold is spun to make it stick all to the outside.
Like a centrifuge?
Hollow. I think it's more spun in place.
Okay, so that's weird. Why not just do injection molding?
Because when you do rotocasting, you can get, a big something with a large volume, but it's completely hollow inside, so it's a lot less material.
It would be cheap. It would be cheaper to make the mold that way.
Maybe not.
So
there's reasons that things are done certain ways.
How do they control what the internal texture is? I mean, is it just? I mean, it retains whatever the texture and everything is of the material that was placed in it.
I'm not exactly sure what you're asking.
So, I'm assuming that is it like a flat sheet, or is it like a cylinder that they place into the mold and spin, and so the outside, so it takes the shape of the mold, but I'm assuming that whatever.
I'm assuming what they put in there is a liquid.
Yeah, I assume it's melted plastic or vinyl or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then they spin it until it cools in place and is set to the.
So how do they control the I guess the thickness of the? I guess if it's I guess it'll be uniform just because of the spin. Obviously, they know what they're doing because it works.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. You say, they should just design an injection mold to make the same output, but I don't think it really works that way. They do this because it works for what they're trying to go for.
And it's probably a lot cheaper.
This is how they make shampoo bottles, isn't it?
Is it? But no, shampoo bottles aren't consistent.
That's either rotocasting or extrusion.
Okay.
So, but shampoo bottles aren't consistently. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, given what we're saying, yeah. And are we saying the shampoo bottle transformers as well?
I guess they could be. I've never actually handled one to see.
Is this how they do chocolate bunnies?
I sort of doubt that, but it's possible.
This is, I don't know. Whenever we get into manufacturing and stuff like that interests me.
With a chocolate bunny, you kind of have different options because you could just make basically an injection mold, and since it's chocolate, just heat the edges and press two halves together to make a solid piece.
You can always see the seam around the chocolate bunny where that's been done.
I just want some chocolate. I haven't had any sugar recently.
One problem with injection molding is that basically you can't have any overhanging parts.
Yeah.
So that kind of limits the way you can shape something. With the rotocasting, since there's not an inner surface that's pressed against it where you have to worry about being able to pull it apart, you just need to open the whole thing and let the hollow piece drop out of it.
So, like with the rotocasting, is that how they did the genie?
Rotoscoping, but it's it's all rotation.
So okay, so I'm going to jump to the next item. So isn't this again? I'll ask. Haven't we seen this before? We have, I guess. I know. Video went away, so this is perfect timing. Bad Cube, speed bump, unofficial trail breaker. No, Pamela, I do not want to start a new recording. Unofficial
Make
trail
sure
breaker.
it is still recording though.
Yeah, that's kind of thing.
Yeah, that's important. But yeah, here is speed bump.
Sweet,
Yeah,
I
we've
swear.
seen it, and it's definitely a bad cube transformation.
And I don't like the head on it.
And
No,
the
I think their hoist actually comes out looking a little bit better overall.
I have
You know,
PTSD looking at the feet.
Yeah, well, see, Chris, I was going to bring this up, but you just addressed it. Their hoist looks like they've redesigned the feet to be simpler, or at least it looks cleaner. The transformation that we've seen, I think Chosen Prime Diecast has done a video for Speed Bump. Those feet look absolutely like a nightmare.
Well,
I mean,
there's
they do.
if there was an award for parts count, Bad Cube would win.
Oh, definitely. But I mean, you know, we have what 3 not trail breakers and hoists from 3 different companies coming out. Based on just the foot transformation alone, at how nightmarish it looks, their trail breakers moved to the bottom of my list. Now their hoist, like I said, looks simpler and looks really good. So I'm hoping I can maybe get their hoist version if their trail breaker doesn't work out. But the feet on that trail breaker, the transformation is just it's like you took the very worst part of Sun Surge on the entire figure and just put it on his foot. And that's bad.
Seems like it might have been more trouble getting the camper top for the truck to integrate into the legs more so than hoist tow equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ocular Max. That's.
I mean, I like the way the robot modes on these look, apart from Trailbreaker's face, as was noted. But
That looks
yeah,
nothing like Trailbreaker. Yeah.
well, that's one of the issues with some third-party companies getting the character faces to actually look like the
Well,
characters.
they need to rotoscope it.
I don't think either of the Sunstreakers really managed that either.
Well, you know what they could do, Brian, is they could get like the animation sale and give it to the people that do like Gentle Giant that does all the likenesses for the wrestling figures. And
Don't they just real scan those?
I don't know.
Don't they just like laser scan
Isn't
the
that-
wrestlers'
I'm
faces?
pretty sure they do.
Isn't that how Diecast did his Captain America figure?
Yes, but the process they do for like the wrestling figures, I think, is a little bit more detailed.
Yeah.
Because I've seen those, make yourself an action figure results afterward, and they're-
Diecast. Did you
they're
get your
fuzzy.
shield?
No, I can't. I canceled the shield.
Okay. It looks really nice.
I didn't get my helmet because apparently that didn't come out yet.
Oh dang.
There's
Huh.
delays on that.
I'm thinking about getting the shield to put on my wall, so I may actually pick that up. It's really
That's
So
what I-
Diecast, when you get that helmet, you're going to have to do a whole podcast episode wearing it
and dressed as Robin, like the porno Robin that you dressed as a couple years ago.
with an Iron Man helmet. Yes.
Well, maybe it'll be Halloween by the time. I
Okay,
get-
so Halloween is coming up, so we need to really sort of be thinking. I'm just thinking out loud here. So Halloween's coming up, so we need to be thinking on some sort of Halloween themed episode. 2, since we're getting closer to the holiday season, we need to be thinking about what we want to do as far as our like Operation Beehive 4.0 or something. 3, we're approaching our 17th 17th anniversary. So, and we are 14 episodes away from 500. So at episode 490, I think we need to start doing like some sort of countdown to 500.
Also, we are approaching October, and that means it's New York Comic Con time. Diecast, what are your plans?
Going to New York. I'll be there.
When is it?
6th through the 9th, I think.
Holy crap, that's awesome.
Okay, and Diecast, what important anniversary or event we be missing this time?
Is it your wedding anniversary?
I'm good.
Oh, awesome.
Oh wow!
So you're good until Toy Fair, is what you're saying.
Yes, till it's Valentine's Day,
which is only 5 months
Well,
away.
now, am I going to Toy Fair this year? Had we decided on that? Because seriously, because I know it had been mentioned, but I need to ask for the time off now if I'm actually
Can
going.
he diecast? Can you can we get multiple folks to go?
I don't know. I'm only doing the Hasbro event this year. I'm not going to do the rest of Toy Fair.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's just not in the budget.
Well, maybe we should, make some phone calls and find out if Diecast can, bring a helper along.
I think he can.
Get-
Yeah, he can. I'm
get
pretty
the
sure
wheels
he can.
rolling on that.
Plus, I need to know if I can go. I need to do budget for hotel room, travel, and all that because I've got to fly further than you, and none of my airports have cheap airlines that fly.
So Don, if Diecast will hang with you for that, and I'm certain he will. I'm certain we can make that happen.
Okay.
We're volunteering Diecast for this right now.
Yes. Diecast's like, I'm not signing up for this. Can we get
We had talked about the option of like Don and Kilby going and doing Toy Fair one year.
I really yeah. I mean, I'd rather go and just like stream
Diecast
it.
could actually spend Valentine's Day
That's
at home
true.
with
He
his wife
could.
and
He,
Yeah, that's
he
true,
could.
yeah.
That would be helpful.
Well, hey, maybe me, you, and Rob could go.
I think we only have 2.
Oh,
yeah, I
just two
think
passes?
we're limited to 2 people.
I think we're
I
limited
think
to 2.
two's the limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so we'll figure all that stuff out later.
Okay.
But yeah, New York Comic Con is
October's
exciting.
going to be busy for us.
Sure is. Okay, let's see here, and that's it as far as news. Rob, what's on TFormers this week?
Okay, we have got the Takara Tomy display from that same Singapore toy show. We have got the original design art for Titan's Return Power Master Optimus Prime by Emiliano Santalucia, which shares some similarities with the finished product and some with Takara's Jinrai. So, interesting stuff. I finally have a gallery up for Titan Master Ape Face. Braun will be coming tomorrow, and hopefully the reviews will be up later in the week. And XV has just posted his review of Titan's Return, Highbrow, and Zord.
Awesome. Okay, so on the network this week, Superhero Time presents that one episode of Star Trek, Wolf in the Fold. Also, we have Being Awesome with Rob Springer, and I'm trying to remember what happened. I've got to pull it up. So Rob talks about Halloween, because Rob loves Halloween. And
It's a shame he doesn't get to do that haunted house thing anymore.
I know. He was, that seemed like his jam.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brian, I just thought of this. You were
Okay.
talking about October, about Halloween and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Are there any supposedly haunted houses
No.
in your area?
So, also on the network,
No. I'm saying we have the show as close to Halloween, however it lands, at a location that's supposed to be haunted.
okay, my house is haunted, so we can do that.
Our friend Dusty in the chat wants us to mention that Ironhide's coming with a drill.
Oh, is he? I haven't even noticed.
Oh, that's the Amazon Japan exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the drill he used in the Dinobot one when he, dug through the wall, I guess.
Yeah.
They realized they forgot an accessory when he originally came out, so.
So
I don't see how.
Okay, so that's if it's for a reissue, it's probably a Hasbro Asia exclusive. That's how these things usually go.
At least it's not like, at least not being released as, shuttle exclusive Ironhide where he's got a big gaping hole in his torso.
Okay, so
And no head. Yeah.
Going back to what's on the network this week, thanks, Don. We have it hasn't been posted yet. I'll have it posted on Thursday because I'm behind. Take 4 Wrestling Episode 8, Global Wrestling Federation's USWA Challenge, September 10th, 1990. I will have that posted on Thursday, September 15th. I meant to do it earlier this week, but I've had no water, so I've been in the crawl space at my house working on that for the last couple
And
of
everyone
weeks.
should watch Take 4 Wrestling because, JT Hogg might not be around after I get done with him, so.
Oh my god.
Dude, we're doing this at Jolanta.
Yeah.
We're doing this. Okay. Let's follow us on Twitter at TF Radio.
But where are we going to find a basement full of old mattresses and barbed wire on such short notice?
Rob's house. Rob Springer. Follow us on Twitter at TF Radio, on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio. I am on Twitter at BKilby. Chris is at ChrisRTXV. And at your mom's house. Matt, you are not on the internet, except
But
for
he's
right
also
now.
at your mom's house.
But he's also at your mom's house. Diecast, how do we get a hold of you?
The main place to get a hold of me is on YouTube. RC reviews. You'll see Despotron. You'll see how to fix Despotron when you get him. You'll see lots of third-party and unofficial stuff, and you'll see every once in a while throw in a Hasbro figure just for fun.
That fell off the back of a truck.
Not usually.
That was suffocated in a plastic bag, sent overseas.
Very nice, Rob.
Boy, that's got dark really
Yeah, it
fast.
got really dark. Rob.
Yeah. I am at RAC2750, and XV and my reviews can be seen on YouTube at TFormers TV.
Sweet. And Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
Sweet. Okay. Well, until next week, please come back, because we really love having you here.
We'll
Yeah.
get this right eventually.
I've been working on it for years. We will eventually get there. It's the journey,
We
not the
are-
destination.
We are so close to being the perfect podcast. If we would just, that extra inch we
Try.
need to.
We'll catch you later. Have a good one. See you.
Take care, everybody.